Hello, everybody, and welcome back to a second live stream on Thursday. Today's Thursday. Yeah, today's Thursday, the 9th of October. Should know that. This is just going to be, oh, I don't like how that looks. That's terrible. Of course, on the studio, it looks worse. On the live stream itself, it looks okay. I am using Zoom. You probably don't see them because I shrunk the box down a little bit, kind of jumping through some hoops. Charlie Purdy is in chat. Brian Lightfoot and I were checking something out. I owe an apology. Earlier today, I misspoke. I wasn't 100% sure. I've not gone back to see if I said what I thought I said, but you can actually chat prior to a premiere in the chat box. You can actually comment prior to premiere in the comments below. It's the only instance that Brian and I have found that you can both chat and comment at the same time. Now, once the premiere goes live, then I'm not sure if the comments go away or not. We'll find that out tomorrow night, or what happens with the chat. But there are some comments in the premiere for tomorrow night at 6 o'clock under Power Director Made Simple's channel. It's a Doug Betts, Brian Lightfoot, and myself, Ken Stout. It's how we do things. We took the same footage and we all did the same thing with it. We're hoping we can grow this into something later on. But let's get into what this is, this is DaVinci Resolve. John Williams, Windows 10 is better. You believe that? I have another joke for you. So I'm going to fire up DaVinci, and then I'm going to see if this makes any difference or not on how this looks. If in OBS, if I expand my stream on make the viewer bigger. I don't think it doesn't make any difference. I'm watching it over on my other monitor. So we're going to open up. I'm going to show you how I do things. I couldn't really think of anything. So I wanted to show you how I basically do things. This is DaVinci Resolve. And this is a plethora, if you will, of things I got going on. So this is a basic thumbnail. This is how it basically got started. Then we morph over to here. Then we come over to here. And we come over to here. And then here. And then there. This is how I piece things together. So we're going to go work with, I believe, a combination of this group here and the other group right to its right. We're going to turn some things on. And then we're going to put the playhead over there. So this was the thing from earlier today. I did a live stream earlier, and this is how that thumbnail came about. So tonight's thumbnail, sarcasm? Yes, sarcasm. $3 Walmart, baby. I bought it for the money. I didn't buy it. It was a bonus that it says sarcasm. That's what I do best. I've no, this is mine. I've had this thing for, oh gosh, a year and a half, almost 2 years. Don't try to distract me. I need to get this done. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here and move these things out of the way, put them over here in the out of the way section. Then I'm going to go grab everything I want to work with for tonight's thumbnail, which is basically all of this right here. We're going to move it over here so I don't get confused. And we're going to bring this back down. Now I can actually make this much easier for you guys to see by putting this over here like that. Now you can see it. It's very, very easy to see what's going on. A little difficult for me because I moved it from one monitor to another, and then I fed it back to itself. So let's make some changes to this. Well, first thing we want to change is we want to start getting rid of some things, and we're going to do that by clicking on some nodes to see what we got going on. So today is October 9th, so the date doesn't need to change. I can stay like that. And the next one we want to look at is the 23 days to go. Well, now there are 22 days to go, so I'm just going to make a simple change and change the 3 to a 2. And now we have 22 days to go. Then the next change we're going to make is we're going to come look at the Ken Style Live, and I wanted to make this look a different, more streaming from Indianapolis. Who'd have thought? There'll be one more, Jeff, tonight at 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock. Where's the doggone? Where's the? I got a scrunch. 10 o'clock. So we're leaving Ken Style Live where it's at for now. Then we're going to go find the 377th. That's what we got to change. That is in a fusion composition. So I have to take it over to fusion, which we're going to do right now. 377th. I'm going to go over to the fusion page, which again, you guys can't see this. You don't really need to see this because when I bring this back over here, this is so hard to see that you really can't get anything out of this. But this is the 377th is done in 3D space, and I'm not filing it. Can you explain that in English? See. So we're going to come to the 3D text right here, and all I'm going to do is change one of the 7s to an 8. Because this will be my 379th live stream because I've already did 378. I did that earlier today. So we're going to change one of these 7s to a 9. Uh-oh, that did not work, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to have to go figure that out. Let's go this way. Here, what the heck? I want that 7 to go away. There we go. Then I'm going to put in number 9, and we're done. I can do anything I want to this text. Bring on the dancing girls. You're finished. Yeah, really. It's going to be short and sweet. I mean, I could do this all day long, but I know it's boring to some people. Now, I don't like where the 379 is at, so I'm going to make a change. I'm going to use this tool right here called a transform. That gives me the ability to transform this. I can move it. I can size it. I can put it wherever I want. So I'm going to put it for right now right there. Don't really get to see the 3D effect right here because of where it's at, but it's good. It's serving its purpose. Now you'll notice if I were to put this back over here and push it back over to the big screen that you guys are seeing, you'll notice that I have Alex and Josh both in here, and I put Josh's picture in Alex's glasses. Well, I'm going to change that. How am I going to change that? If you know how I'm going to change it, drop a 1 in chat because I'm not real sure how I'm going to change it. I have an idea, but I don't exactly know how I'm going to change it. We're going to go find what it is we need to change. Well, I can get rid of ghetto very simply. I can highlight all of the ghetto, all of, if I can make you, yeah, that laughing's a good thing right now. So we're going to move that out of the way. It's like it never happened. If I put it back over there, ghetto reappears, Josh Kinder reappears. If I move it away, he's gone. So now what do I want to do? Well, I want to come down here and look at this one right here. So I'm going to turn all of the tracks above this off. There's a couple different ways that you can accomplish what I'm getting ready to accomplish. You can disable all the tracks until you get to the one you want to use. And then John says he knows how to do it. Please tell me. We're going to go into Fusion. And this is what we're looking at. In Fusion, we're looking at what was on the edit page. And what I'm thinking about wanting to do is I'm thinking about wanting to actually put Ghetto, Josh Kinder. Speaker Stream Robot's not running for this. I didn't enable it, but I will for tonight. I'm going to come in here and I'm going to try to put Ghetto's picture, Josh Kinder's picture over here in the pumpkin. I'm going to do that by getting a polygon mask. And I'm going to blow up my picture on the viewer. And I'm going to just mask out the eye of the pumpkin. And then we're going to make some adjustments to it to try to get it to look relatively realistic. It doesn't have to be perfect by no means. Now, here's where I run into issues. I want to mask out this other one as well. But for now, we're just going to go with that. We're going to plug this into the media, and that does that. However, I don't want to see just the eye. I want to see that right there. This is what I want to see. Now I need to bring in whatever I want to fill that space. So we're going to go over here and we're going to find the picture we want, which is this one. And hopefully I don't have to make very many or very much changes to it. And we're just simply going to plug this in to the output of the media, and that didn't work. So we're going to not do that. We're going to Control Z this to get that back. Yeah, I got to stop to think. I just did this a while ago for Bill, and now I can't even remember how to do it for myself. Um, let's not do it this way. Let's do it a different way. Let's go over to here. Let's turn this track on. Let's bring a Josh picture down. He's over here. We've already got him masked out. What if we bring this over? And that's not going to work. That's putting him in the foreground. So that's not going to work. We're going to turn the transform off. I mean, it will work. It's just not going to work. It's not going to look realistic. And I know I can do what I'm trying to do. I just got to stop to remember how to do it. So we're not going to do that. That looks terrible. We're going to move Josh Kinder out of the way. John Williams is the last one. We're going to go back into here. We are not going to use a polygon mask. We're going to get rid of the polygon mask. Polygon mask never took place. What we are going to do is we're going to use a planar tracker. We're going to go to the track mode, and we're going to retrack this out again. Again, it doesn't really have to be perfect. You just want to get a basic mask over what you're doing. And that should do what I want it to do right there. Now I'm going to track it by setting a point, and I'm going to go to the tracker, and it's going to track forward. And that's tracking at a good speed, and it says that it's done. Kind of think that it's done. I see all the white little things here. So now we're going to go grab the picture of Mr. Kinder. We're going to come over here, go back to our tracker. We're going to change it from track to corner pin, and we're going to go find our corner pin, which is in here somewhere, way up there. We're going to bring this down and basically put it over. Can I move him over here? Oh, I can. I just learned something. I didn't think I could do this. Bring this one down. We want four corners, in this case a triangle. We'll see what it looks like. Nightbot's talking. Okay, so now we've got that there. It's already masked out. So if I plug this into here, there we go. Ghetto Josh Kinder is in there, but you really can't see him in there. And I'll point that out by bringing this back over to itself. You can see that Ghetto's in there, but it's not very realistic because he's all out of focus and he's all not sized properly to go in there, but it can be done. I can do the same thing with this other eye. I can do the same thing with the same function with the planar tracker using the same picture. But before I do that, I have to use a different picture. I actually have to use this picture in my endeavor. In order to do that, I have to actually use the picture a different way. So we're going to come over here to this picture. Doesn't matter that that's on or not. We're going to right click. No, we're going to come up here to File. We're going to export it as a thumbnail or as a still picture, whatever you want. I call them thumbnails. It's just a still picture. So we're going to call this Joshy Halloween. We're going to get rid of all this other nonsense. This is how I create my thumbnails, by the way. Obviously, thumbnail, September, October, export. Now, we're going to go back over to here, back into Fusion. We are going to, whoa, what happened here? Oh, wrong one. Got to make sure your playhead's over what you're working with. Now we'll go back into Fusion. We're going to exchange this media for new media. And it's going to not take me where I want. So I have to go to my D drive. I have to go to DaVinci. Finish projects. Thumbnail. September. October. And there it is right there. Now I may have to end up redoing this yet again because this may be a little bit too small for what I'm trying to accomplish, but I'm not going to work. Yeah, not a problem. I am going to highlight my media. I'm going to add a transform to my media. I'm going to go to the transform and I'm hopefully going to make Ghetto Josh Kinder appear, which I'm not, which I was afraid of that. I'm going to need another picture, which is fine. I can do this. So we're going to get rid of all that. It's like that never happened. This is good. This is good. While I'm here, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add another corner pin, which is not a corner pin because it's a triangle. We have to pretend it's a corner. We have to pretend it's a square. And I'm not going to track this one out first. I'm actually going to um, see if I can just corner pin this in. By tracking it, I can actually make it appear that it's on the inside. By doing it this way, it might not work, but that's good. And we can demonstrate this if it's going to work. We'll bring in a picture of Alex and we'll plug it in. And it puts Alex over on corner pin number 1 automatically for some reason. So we want to take that and put that on corner pin number 2, which is, I believe, the green one. No, that's number 1. The pink one? Yeah, we want to pin Alex into the pink one. And you can see he's there, but he's not there, okay? So we do need to track it. Going to go back over here. We're going to change this. We're going to add a corner pin. Where do you add a corner pin at on here? Or not a corner pin, a track. I want to retract this. Bill's in my ear. Hopefully he's going to point me in the right direction. I know it can be done. I've done it several times. Anyway, let's go get Mr. Ghetto and make him look good. You kind of get the idea of how this is really time consuming. Is this the Wicked Witch burial site? Looks like a cemetery. It's just something I pulled off the internet. I really don't remember where I got it. Now this is weird that, oh no, this is it right here. I was kind of temporarily confused. I'm going to go over here to Fusion. Okay. Going to add a transform in here. And I want to make Ghetto like super big. And I want to move Ghetto's picture down like that. So I've taken the image that was not this big and I've made Ghetto extremely large. I might want to make it about like this. And I might want to center it like that. I'm good with that. Now, the same principle applies. We're going to take this image. We're going to right click. We're going to, no, we're not going to right click. We're going to go to File, export it as a frame, as a still. And this is going to go to the same location. And this is going to be Joshi Kinder Halloween 2. Get rid of all that other junk that's in there. Keeping the .jpeg extension. We're going to save it. Going to delete this. No longer need that. We're going to go get our new one. And that may or may not work. It doesn't look like it's what I wanted, but we'll see. That'll work. So we're going to get rid of it there. We're going to go back into our Fusion experiment. Now we're going to grab that picture and we're just going to plug it into planar tracker 1. Give it time to do what it needs to do. I don't think it worked. I really don't think that worked. Interesting. Why didn't that work? Doesn't bother me that this is not working. Makes for a longer stream. It doesn't bother me in the least little bit. So I want this to go to the first corner pin, which is the green one. Take the out, put it into the green. I don't see it. I don't see it anywhere. Let me see if I can find it. Okay, interesting. It's there. It works. I don't want it like that. I want it in my project. I'm not sure why that happened. We're going to start all over again. We're going to re-add the planar tracker. And we're going to actually try something different this time around. And just that we're going to add a corner pin. And I think if I really want to do this the correct way, is I would polygon mask this out. But I want to see if this will work like this. And there's no extra pressure whatsoever right now with me being live. None whatsoever. All right, now we're going to take this picture. And we're going to plug it into here. And there it is. It's just not, again, it's not big enough. But it also looks like it's not fulfilling what I want it to fulfill. And I know that can be done. Okay, I absolutely know I can do what I'm trying to do. I just got to do this a little bit different than I'm doing it. What a good example this was. Um, hmm. Turn all these back on. So Alex moved to the background after it caught up to itself. I move this out of the way. It's just going to be Alex with that. Put that background back over it. If I move this one out of the way.
Don't run, don't run.
YZAC Hello, YZAC Thank you for joining. I'm just trying to mess around and figure out why I can't do something I've done so many times that it's not really funny, but for some reason this is just not working for me right now. I'm not exactly sure why. Okay, so that means none of that's lined up. That's why it popped like that. But this is going to be a thumbnail, so I'm not too concerned about that part. Alex is in the background. That's where I want him. My name is behind the skull. That's where I want that. What I'm trying to do now is I'm trying to put Ghetto, Josh Kinder, in the pumpkin's eyes. I really think I can accomplish that here in a minute. I just got to figure out how to do it. Any suggestions? Any suggestions? uh,
That's gonna be fun one then, pumpkin die.
it's still got a little bit of a hop to it. Oh, it's because these are off. Not that far off though. I think the top ones are off. Yep, the top ones are off. That's fine. I'm not going to worry about it. All right. How do I do this? I want going to start with a brand new picture of what I'm trying to do. I'm going to go in and I want to do I'm pretty sure I want to do this with the planar tracker. I'm almost 99% sure that's what I want to do. And then I want to track out the area in which I'm wanting to add this picture to, which is that area right there. I'm going to hit a set point. I'm going to track it forward. It's tracking it forward. It's done. So the track is done. Now I want to bring in a picture and for let's just see if I can get any picture to work. I want to go back to the tracker and I want to add a corner pin, and then we're going to move the corner pin over the triangle or over the eye, and we're going to make it as best we can look like the eye. It's going to be off a little bit, I think, and it might be because this is just a really small area to work with. So that's good there. We're going to take our media, we're going to plug it in. That worked a lot better. That looks a lot better, honestly. Now let's go see what that looks like over here on this page. Yeah, yes and no. The corner pin is off a little bit. You can see it doesn't look like it's recessed in the eye. So it looks okay, but it doesn't look realistic. So I need to make that look realistic. By doing to do that, I want to come in here and I want to go to my tracker. Let's put the background over the foreground. Nope, that didn't work. Let's put it background. Let's put it background only. That didn't work. Let's put it foreground only. That shows us the mask there. Foreground over background. And last but not least, background over foreground doesn't do it. So I'm doing something wrong in here. And I have no idea what I'm doing wrong. Huh. Well, I will demonstrate this. if I come up here and I add another corner pin, now I know nobody can see what I'm doing because I'm doing this on a different monitor, but real quickly, I'm going to add another corner pin and I'm going to take the wooden board and we're going to put the most Halloweenish picture that I have available to me. Oh, I have an issue. It's not actually recognizing what it should recognize. Huh, this is interesting as all get out right now. I think Da Vinci's maybe not having a good day. I know I'm not having a good day. Go look at chat. Nope, nothing going on in chat. So, hmm, that's my live stream. I don't want to be in my live stream. I want to be in DaVinci. Now, that is a problem I have with Windows 11. So what I did is I took this image, I brought it in here, I created another planar tracker, I took an image, and I'm trying to put it in the, there we go. But that's not what I want. That's not what I want. I want it to be, there we go. Now that's absolutely horrible in that the that just looks like it's pasted on there and it looks terrible. Same thing with this. It just looks like it's pasted on there and it looks terrible. 32 minutes into this and I can't accomplish what I'm trying to accomplish. Yet I know how to do what I'm trying to do. So let's get rid of it. Let's try this a different way. Go to the ever popular and famous planar tracker. And again, it doesn't really have to be real precise, relatively close. We're going to plug that into our media. We're going to invert it because we want that to go away. Now we want to put a picture behind that. Is that Biden or could be. Could very well be. So since I'm just going to use stuff I have. Yeah, that didn't work. Or did it? Nope, that's not working. Yeah, he's in the background. That's good. That's why I want him. This is actually masked out. I can see the area that I masked right there. So now I want to put an image in that area. There we go. But that's not what I want because it's in the foreground. That's not in the background. So still not doing what I want. Talk about frustrating. Talk about I know what I'm doing. Let's try my picture again. I'll pick on myself. I'm going to plug my picture into there. That's not what we want. We just did this 3 hours ago. Phil and I just did this a while ago. we actually mashed this boat right there, and then we wanted to get rid of the water and the sky, and we actually were able to accomplish that. But I do not remember how we did it.
I think it's planar. We use planar on it.
I used the magic mask to get it, and then yeah, we went in there and did some weird things with it. All right, let's get this presentable for tonight so I can end this. Let's go back to here. Let's get rid of that. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure we need to planar tracker function with the four corner function. Um, I mean that honestly, we've done that so many times it's not funny. So we're gonna start right here, right there, right there, right there, and right there. I'm gonna go ahead and make it the full thing. There's gonna be an awful lot of masking going on with this at some point in time, but that's good for now. English, yes, my favorite subject. So we're gonna set this and we're gonna track it. Again, it's gonna track relatively quick. It's an easy track and it's tracked. In the planar tracker, we're going to go to the corner pin. We're going to set the corner pin to the proximity of the track. It doesn't have to be exact. I see chat is moving out of my peripheral. Let me go take a gander at it. Rick Lake says hello. Hello, Rick. Welcome back. Then we're going to go add my picture. And you should be able to just point this in there and there. That does not look exactly what I want, but it's better. We're going to go back over here to the tracker and we're going to move this around and get it how we like it, which is not going to be great because it's not a square edge at all. All right, that's good right there. I'm good with this. This looks okay, except for the pumpkins are in the way. If we off click, the pumpkins appear to be in the way. So what if we did the impossible here? Full disclosure, I've never tried this before. We're going to go over here to the media. We're going to hit shift space. We're going to change it from planar tracker to magic mask. We're going to add a magic mask. And we're going to mask out, hopefully, this pumpkin right there. It'll work, but it won't work. Will not work on this image. That's fine. So we're good with this. I'm good with how that looks. We're going to come back over here and we're going to make a copy of this. We're going to turn this one off. We're going to take this one into there being fusion. We're going to delete this. We're going to add a magic mask. And we're going to keep this pumpkin. And we're going to keep that pumpkin as best we can. For this purpose, that's going to be good enough. We're going to track it out forward and backwards. This takes a little bit longer because it's analyzing everything in the photo to figure out what it is exactly I wanted to do. And I wanted to pull those pumpkins out because I'm going to put those pumpkins in front of the other picture that I created. I hope that is the goal. Rick, did you make it back from your store trip or did you even go to your store trip? And that is done with the tracking. So now we're going to come over to here. We're going to turn this one back on. Oh, look at that. Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen from all around the world, the picture is now behind the pumpkins. So that part worked. Whew. That's a big load off my mind. I don't know why I can't put the old picture where I want to put it. Now we got to make yet another change in that we're going to turn this track back off. We're going to go into this track. We're going to go back to Magic Mask. We're going to put this picture over in viewer 1 by turning on the dual viewer. I'm gonna, I don't want that. So we're gonna get rid of it. I need the hands. I need these hands to be seen. Good. Good to see that you made it safe and sound in your home. So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to blow this picture up a little bit by holding down the control and scrolling my mouse. And I'm going to hit that dot right there. And I'm going to come over here and I'm going to hit that dot right there. I don't necessarily need the skull, so I'm going to take away the skull by clicking right there. Then I'm going to go try by clicking right there. Somehow I lose the hand. We're going to go ahead and click right there. Getting better. Right there. Oh, that one's too much. We don't want the board. I don't think. I'm pretty sure I don't want the board. So I'm going to get rid of that one right there, which makes that go away. And I'm going to come back over here, take a gander at this one. And I think we have all of that one. I'm going to go into the mat. And I'm going to play with the mat a little bit. Oh, there, yeah. That looks really good. I like that. Now we're going to track this out again because we've made changes, so it's got to be tracked. Go back to tracking, go into here, and we're going to retrack it. It'll take a minute. Let's see if I've missed any chat. It looks like I have not. It looks like we had 7 people watching at one time and 1 like. Well, that's good. I know this can be boring. I personally find this to be very fascinating. I find it, if you've got an imagination, you can literally make anything you want to make. You can make this do what you want it to do. Oh, I don't like what I see down there, but I'll deal with it. So now we're going to come back over here. Somehow that got cropped in there by doing the by doing the hands. I got that. Let's see if it accomplished what I wanted it to. Oh, I like it. I do like it. Even though that's not exactly what I'm trying to do today. I really wanted to put Ghetto, Josh Kinder's picture, my picture, Alex's picture, someone's picture in the eyeballs. And I'm probably going to reach out to someone for some help. But let's see what happens if we bring over Mr. Cheek's picture. Well, he's in the foreground. I don't like that. If I come back over here and I turn this on, I like it like that. So how do I make that like this? How do I make Mr. Cheek appear to be in the background? Well, let's try it simply by moving this one, up another one, because I have 2 of him. Let's bring him over here. He's still in the foreground. And that track is off. He's still in the foreground. It can be done. I know it can be done. I just did it last night. So I want that to remain like that. Well, let's do this. Let's bring all this over here like that. Now, the only thing that's missing now is I'm not in there. I disappeared. I disappeared because we moved it. So let's turn these tracks back on. So that's what I want right there. This is good. This is good. It looks like he's holding a picture of me. And then we're going to turn on the tracks as we need to figure out. That's good. Even though it's in the foreground, that's good. I like that. Now we'll go turn this one on. And that's not so good. I'm not sure what that's, um, that is supposed to be the date down here at the bottom. Not a problem. Not a problem at all. All right, let's get the date. This is the date right there, October 25th. So we're going to plug this in down there. There we go. It's all about layering. It's all about how you layer this. Now that looks to be a little bit too big for the pumpkins. So let's take the date, put it back up here for a moment, and let's put this here. Bring the date back down and put it right there. And the date now looks to be maybe where I want it, maybe not where I want it. I do not know. Yeah, it's behind the pumpkins. I can live with that. 10/31/1925. I can make it any date, any date you'd like, my friend. I can make it whatever you would like. You give me a date, I'll put it in there. Who cares if it's not accurate? I certainly don't. Let's bring this text down a little bit in size. And it is behind the pumpkin. So this is good. We're going to put it right there, and then we're going to resize it just a little bit like that. And then I'm going to bring it down just a little bit like that. Now it really doesn't matter if it's behind the pumpkins or not. Trick or treat. So, what are we missing? We're missing my 3D numbers right here. Where do we want to put the 3D numbers? Well, let's bring the 3D numbers and see if we can make them appear. Well, they're pretty good there, but I don't really like it there because I got too much going on there now as it is. What if we put the 3D numbers right there? We reduced it down in size. Nah, I don't like that. That doesn't look good. This is how I make my thumbnails every day, every night. I come in here and I get an idea and then I mess with it. Now, I just noticed something. It's in front of the pumpkins. I can put it behind the pumpkins. And since it's a thumbnail, I can't make it do anything. I've got space on both sides of this to work with. I didn't realize I didn't have that way, but that's okay. I can deal with that. So do I want this behind that pumpkin or not? That's the question. If I want it behind the pumpkin, then I believe all I have to do is plug it in right there and then go see if it's behind the pumpkin by, nope, it's still in front of the pumpkin. Isn't that weird? That's crazy weird because the text, well, that's in front of the pumpkins now too. Uh-oh. What did I change? I changed something. I had it behind him a moment ago. And I got to let it render. Oh, wait a minute. Do you see what I see? It looks like our text is now behind the pumpkins. It also looks like I have duplicated pumpkins. Don't like that. But it looks like our text may have there it is. It's somehow, okay, hmm, it's in front, which is fine. It doesn't, I can deal with it right there. This is fine. It's behind the pumpkin. I'm okay with that. But I have duplicated pumpkins. I don't necessarily want duplicate. Why does it keep jumping like that? I swear this is frustrating. Um, but I'm behind. That's what I want. I no longer have duplicated. That looks okay. That looks okay. I want to see if I put this over here and I grab my text, it's now behind the pumpkins. Okay, so I understand what was going on now. I think I am going to do this. Yeah, if I could just get those doggone eyes to do what I want them to do, I'd be really happy with this. Oh, Kinstyle Live is now in the foreground. I don't want that in the foreground. All right, I have lost. Danger, find a phone booth. Yeah, really. I wish somebody come bail me out. I'm still learning this. I'm still, I learn something every day. I really do. All right, I'm going to go with that. Uh-huh. I'm going to sell this computer. I'm going to sell my license. I'm going to sell this whole doggone dumb thing. It's starting to get really frustrating. I only want to deal with that number right there. I want to deal with that number over in my Fusion tab. And I want to, that looks pretty good. I can go with that. Now we start turning things back on. I think this is the one that puts the Kinstout Live. Yeah, that puts the Kinstout Live in the back behind the skull, but it gets rid of everything else, which means somehow I've got to figure out something here. Um, I don't think the original picture has. It does not. I didn't think it did. So somehow I have got to figure out a way to make all of these duplicate and triplicate and triplicates and all that other stuff go away. If I do that, that's fine. But I don't like how I like it being in the background, but that's okay. I'm going to come over here to this one, wrap this up. We're coming up on 5 minutes away from an hour, so I'm going to go an hour just to see what happens. Let's go work on this one a minute. Doggone it, if that 379 did not just jump back to where I told it I didn't want it to be. Now this is really weird. I want that right there. And I want to go work on 22 days to go. Wrong font. That's not going to work. I like the font, but that is just not going to work with this one. So let's change the font because I don't like the way this font's looking. Oh, there we go. That's more Halloween. If I could make the, if I could make the, not sure which red that I like. If I have anyone watching in chat, let me know what red looks better. Or if anyone's watching on Zoom, let me know which red looks better. Clearly not purple. All right, let's go see if we can change the dripping. Oh, hush. By going to here. Oh, that changed it. That changed everything. I don't like that. I do not like that. That's not what I intended. Let's go back to white. Oh, okay. I see why it's doing that. It's not what I want. Let's go with, all right, the drop shadow looks okay. Maybe that's not what I want. I want to change. You know what? Let's see if I bring this into Fusion, if that's changeable in Fusion. It's not. That's not even what I wanted to be clicked on. Seriously. Me and this thing right here are having issues today. This thing being DaVinci Resolve. I want to change the dripping part of this fuchsia. I don't think I have that as a choice. And then it jumps to there. So apparently it's not going to let me go to the 22 days like I want to go to. I'm not sure why that's not letting me do that. John says fuchsia. Right click. I can't even open that in Fusion. There's got to be a way to work with this font though. There's got to be. I ought to be able to change the dripping part of this font. I know there is. Try pink. Okay, John says try pink. Not my most weirdest request, but that's not pink. That's pink, but that's not Halloween. I'm trying to get the Halloween, trying to get a Halloween deal going here. That's why I was thinking red, blood, you know. Um, I know it's not the background, and I'm sure that if I could get this into Fusion, I could figure it out. I'm going to go with that. I don't like the white background though. I just do not like that, which is the stroke. But it also appears to be affecting or affecting the lettering themselves. So if I cancel that, I like this color. Maybe if we turned off the shadow, maybe if we turned on the stroke and we went with a bright red, and then what if we, this thing beeps at me one more time. All right, that'll work. I wish there were a way I could make these look better. but I can go with that. John says it looks good. All right, cool. So I'm going to leave it like that. I'm not happy with the fact that all this is now up in the foreground, but that's fine. I could probably go into this node and fix this. And we are at 1 hour and 1 minute. So let's go ahead, and I can't play the dancing girls and the pig and the scroll because that's all set up on a different scene. I got a problem. I see a problem that I don't like. Why do I have... Surprised nobody caught that. I have two. I have two pumpkins right here. There we go. Now I have one pumpkin, 1.5 pumpkins. Okay, that's better. It's not exactly perfect, but it's better. Just start dancing. It's a still thumbnail. When they come out with automated or thumbnails that move, I've already got so many lined up. It's not even funny. Um, I would hope I could really do something with that. That'll work for there. I like how this is looking. No word on a desk. Yeah, it's 4 o'clock your time. You should have heard something about that by now. I'm good with this. I'm gonna go with this. It's got the date. It's got the episode that'll be here tonight. It's still got the Halloween. I am gonna work on these pumpkins. I am gonna figure out a way to make something appear to be in the pumpkins. And once I do that, I'll do it with every pumpkin on the page. I want to thank everyone for being here. Thank you, John, for being here. Thank you, Rick Lakes, for being here. Thank you, the guy's name who I can't pronounce. Yee, I think it was, maybe. Um, John, Jeff, Yezek, too. Y-I-E-E. I'm not sure if Korean or not. If it was Korean, it'd be Yi or Lee. Um, and again, I do appreciate someone new showing up. Please hit the like button. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. And 10 o'clock tonight. Promise, no more streams until 10 o'clock tonight. So lastly but not leastly, let's finish this up by bringing this back over here and bringing over DaVinci, like I said. We're going to make this a thumbnail. So we're going to make sure we have everything we need. We have KenStat Live, we have the 22 days, we have everything we need. So we're going to make this like that. Yep, I'm good. We're going to go to File, Export, Current Frame. This is now going to be October 9th, 2025, 10 p.m. That way I know, since there are two others, that I want the one that says 10 p.m. We're going to save it. We are good. A little bit of bonus. We're going to close DaVinci. We're going to close this one. We're going to open a new tab. This is Pauline's channel that I watch every day to help her with her watch hours. We're going to go to YouTube. We're going to go create. We're going to go live. We're going to schedule a stream because I don't want to change the one that's currently running. We're going to use this. This is going to be the nightly live stream. So all I got to do, since the date's not changing, is I just have to change the title. We now know this is the 279th live stream, which is kind of redundant because the thumbnail says it, but right now I'm going to keep doing it this way. I'll fill in all that later. We're going to go change the thumbnail, and I did it on this machine because that's where the thumbnail's at. It's just so much easier because it defaults to where I want it to be, and I go find the one I want, which is October 9th, 10 p.m. right here. I change it by hitting open. We are now changed. I do see it's not right. I will fix it. Go to next, go to next, go to next. Go back a page because this was part of the conversation earlier. If I uncheck live chat replay, live chat summary, leaderboard, nobody can chat. It'll say chat's disabled for this stream. Right now, anyone can get into my streams, but I kind of like it that way because new people show up. So we're good to go there. Change the time. There is no trailer as of right now. There probably won't be a trailer, but now what should show up here in a minute, maybe, possibly. There it is. I don't need to see it. I'm good. If I go open up a new tab and then close this tab, open up a new tab, go to create, go live. There should be two of them there, I think. Yeah, one that's currently live and the one that's coming up. So we're good. Well, again, thank everyone who showed up for this. I do understand this is not. Hey, Chris Garrett shows up. Chris, you need to watch my first live stream of the day today, which was on the way chat works. And I was wrong about one thing, and I have apologized. And I want to thank Brian Lightfoot for getting with me, and we figured this out. You can, I said, I believe that you could not chat on a premiere. You can. You can not only chat on a premiere, you can comment on a premiere before the premiere runs. Live streams, you cannot. You can chat before, and it'll be there once the stream goes live. And it'll be there as long as it's there and you don't remove it, it's going to be there. And that was brought up because someone last night said, "Hey, where's my chat?" Chat wasn't there. And that's because you never made the chat, even though swears up and down he did. And I can demonstrate that kind of quickly. Boy, we are just covering everything. I'll go to my channel, go to live, we'll go back to here. I don't want to see that, so I got to wait till it says skip. And then show chat replay. I'm going to pause this. So 1 hour and 44 minutes before my stream started, Rick Lakes made a comment. It says, "Hello, first again." Greg Guy then shows up. 10 seconds. No, you know what? I am wrong again. Greg Guy was actually here 10 seconds before at 144.49. However, Rick Lakes' chat shows up first at 144.59 YouTube. Go figure. All right. Then when you come down here, you move the playhead forward so you can get the chat to move. And you find once the chat goes live, which is right here, that's when the chat went live at 18 seconds. It had been live for 18 seconds. This will be here until I go in and remove it or the stream gets removed. I'm going to wrap it up, and I'm going to do that by doing this. I'm going to do that by coming over here and saying thank you to everyone. Thank you, Chris. If Greg Guy's first doesn't count. Somebody just joined us on Zoom. Let's go see who just joined us on Zoom. Do this. And it looks like Greg Guy. Speaking of, Greg joins us on Zoom. Hello, Greg. You're just in time. You just missed my Da Vinci debacle, which truly was a debacle. See you guys tonight at 10. Have a good night.